This deadly question came to my mind yesterday. What if Earth's atmosphere suddenly become 100% helium? Well, your first observation will be that you can no longer breathe, and second, that you sound like a Donald Duck. In a pure helium environment, the partial pressure of oxygen is zero. When you inhale, the helium acts as a diluent, physically removing oxygen from your bloodstream through the gradient in your lungs. Normally, your body detects suffocation through a rise in carbon dioxide level. Since you can still exhale CO2 into the helium, your suffocation alarm never triggers. You will feel a brief sense of lightheadedness, followed by a rapid loss of consciousness. If you manage to stay awake long enough to speak, you will notice a fundamental shift in acoustic. Sound travel approximately 972 meters per second in helium, nearly 3 times faster than in air. While the pitch of your vocal folds remain the same, the resonant frequency or formants of your vocal tract shifts upward. This amplifies high-frequency harmonics, creating the characteristic of the Donald Duck timbre. Furthermore, helium has a much more lower acoustic impedance than air. This creates a massive impedance mismatch with your eardrum, causing most sound energy to reflect away. The vertical structure of the planet will change immediately. The atmospheric scale height h is defined by the barometric formula Pz equal to P0exp into minus Z upon h. Because the molar mass m of the helium is only 4.003 gram per mole, the scale height on the Earth will jump from 8.5 km to approximately 61 km. The atmosphere will expand deep into the space. Helium is monatomic and transparent to infrared radiation. It cannot absorb or re-emit thermal energy, meaning the greenhouse effect will effectively vanish. Earth's average surface temperature will plummet to approximately minus 19 degrees Celsius. This would trigger a snowball Earth scenario where the ocean freeze and the hydrological cycle stop. Compounding this is helium thermal conductivity, which is 6 times higher than your air. Heat will be stripped away from your skin at a rate of 12 times faster than normal. Also, flight will become nearly impossible because helium is 7 times less dense than air. A wing moving at a standard velocity will generate only 14% of the lift it currently produces. To stay airborne, a bird or a plane would have to fly 2.6 times faster just to maintain level flight. Technologically, the world will go dark, fire is an oxidation reaction, and without oxygen, combustion is impossible. Internal combustion engines, jet turbines, and coal power plant will simply stop. Ultimately, a pure helium Earth will be a silent, frozen ball of ice drifting through space. The atmosphere itself wouldn't even last. Helium low mass allows it to escape Earth gravity through hydrodynamic planetary winds.